Okay, so all right, so I want to read this when it comes. Well, I'm in this book. It's called Free, and this is a poem that someone wrote. And all poems do not have to rhyme because some people feel like, all poems should rhyme and things like that. But all poems do not have to rhyme at all. But before I get into the topic of no new friends and why and the dark, dark secret and behind that phrase, no new friends. But anyway, let me get into this. When all else fails. When all else fails, look up to the one that has never left you. Look to the one who has held you when you were once weak. Look up and see the hand reaching out to you. Lord, you are mighty and you are strong. You keep me safe from my enemies. Lord, you hold my life in your hands. The world has given up on me. I cling to you as if my life depends on it. I breathe you in and slowly let my body heal. You take my broken pieces and mend them back together. I was wondering. I was lost. I needed to be found. I spent my days stumbling around. I needed someone to come and save me. I heard a voice in the wind. I felt a hand grab mine. I started to walk. I feel the warmth of your love surrounding me once again. You came back for me. When all else fails, Lord, you come back to me. I left you in my wandering. I abandoned you, but you heard me and came back for me. Okay, and that's when all else fails. And pretty much when all else fails, you know what they say anyway, like, people always turn to Jesus or the Bible because it's always there. The Bible has always been here. The Bible is not going anywhere. Now, when it comes down to a solid church family, a solid church foundation, the solid church foundations and the solid church families is rare. It's like very seldom you'll go to a church and you'll literally feel just 100% welcome, and you want to tithe and you want to offer and you want to do all these things. You get what I'm saying? Like, you want to do all those things when you go to a church home that you feel welcomed at, or if you feel like these people are, educated and they know how to teach you, what you need to learn and what you need to how you need to thrive in, the biblical world. Because it is a mindset and it is a world. Because when you think about your world being Bible based, you will literally see everybody who goes to church, and you'll see everybody who doesn't go to church that doesn't really fully believe in the word of God. Like, you'll see the demons on people. You'll literally see it. You'll literally, even when other people's, when they thoughts, like, how when you can hear people's thoughts, it's weird because you can hear people's thoughts if you pay attention to what they say. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can really read people's thoughts if you pay attention to what people say. You'll know if somebody only wants to be your friend just to try to take something from you. You'll know that somebody wants to be your friend just so they can mimic your whole entire lifestyle, your whole entire personality. Because literally, that's the dark side in behind no new friends. You get what I'm saying? That's the dark side in behind no new friends. Because the thing is, you literally could grow up with somebody, right? Now, I could see why, how when you grow up and you learn certain things about life, and you and your friend, y'all go on different paths. And there's nothing wrong with you and your friend going on different paths, because your friend wanted to be a stripper. You wanted to be a motivational speaker. Your friend wanted to be a prostitute, and you wanted to be, a baker, or your friend wanted to, travel and dibble and dabble with all these men, prostitute in different states and things, and do all these meetups and things. And what you wanted to do was sit and learn about life, because when it comes down to a certain mindset, when you think about perspectives, it's levels to perspectives, my love. Because yes, a man that is a manipulative man, he will be able to weed out an insecure woman. He will be able to weed out a woman that, isn't loved, or that doesn't feel loved, or whatever. Because then those men come around and they offer you sex, they offer you meal or a good time, and then it's just like they'll wind up putting this cap over you, like a bottle of, just think of these men using women as, how can I say, root beer bottles with the twist off cap. Like a bottle with the twist off cap. These men, they'll sip a little bit and then they'll put your top back out. You get what I'm saying? And then they'll have you roaming around until you trying to have, you trying to let, somebody else take a sip of your tea. You get what I'm saying? Now, when you try to let somebody else take a sip of your tea, here come this same manipulator. Here he come. Because he felt like he was the only one that twists your top off. He felt like he had full control. He felt like he had full control because he twists your top off. He put whatever he wanted to put in there, and then he twists the top back on. He didn't want anything coming out. He didn't want no money coming to you. He didn't want no money leaving you or money coming back to you. You get what I'm saying? So that's why it's real important when people say no new friends. We think of it as oh, okay, that's cool. No new friends, no new friends. We think that's cool by singing it or singing along with it. But then when you realize, why are those people saying those things? It ain't just because, oh, I'm friends with a $50 bill and, Candle comes over here and it's just like, okay, me and Candle, we don't click. I'm cool with 50. You know what I'm saying? Me and Candle, we don't click, but I'm good with 50 though. So, I'm going with 50. But then you got people that's like, okay, well, here come this Candle come telling you, oh, well, he's not paying you right. He's lying to you. He's manipulating you. He's a warlock. He's only here to get whatever he can get out of you, and then he's just gonna leave you like the rest of them. He's not really solid. You get what I'm saying? And then now you turning on 50 because of what Candle said. So now you and Candle are friends versus you and 50. You get what I'm saying? So when 50 come around, 50 looking at you and Candle some type of way. You get what I'm saying? 50 looking at you and Candle some type of way because 50 ain't dumb. 50 know 25 plus 25 equals 50. You get what I'm saying? And 50 also knows that negative 25 and negative 25 equals negative 50. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's just like we can't have people that, we can't have people that say they're one way and then they turn around and do another, and then we expect for them to be loyal friends. We expect for them to be loyal lovers. I don't expect no lover that cheated on me to be loyal to me. I don't expect no man that I was loyal to and he was unloyal to me. I don't expect for him to be loyal to me just because I'm loyal to him. You get what I'm saying? So that's why when it comes down to the Bible, having your foundation in God is more important than even trying to build a foundation with a man. Trying to build a foundation with anybody or anything or any entity or any place or being. Because somebody literally, you can, because when it comes down, like I said, when it comes down to just friends, like you could fall out with somebody just because they are, how can I say this to make it make sense? Let's see. Okay, so just say you got, prime example, you got tarot readers and you got tarot readers and then you got prophetess. Now, what'll confuse you about a friend, this is why you got some prophets that recognize the false prophets. Like your real, like you literally have a side of this world where you got real prophets, and then you got a side of this world that is fake prophets. The real prophets that are on the right side of the world, they look at the prophets that are on the wrong side, which is the left side. So it's like those prophets that are on the right side, they'll try to call those other prophets that are on the wrong side of prophesying, they'll try to call them into the righteous side so they can be in their right mind and have righteous judgments versus, low vibrational judgments or low vibrational prophecies, or they're not even real prophecies. They're just like setting things up. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're not real prophecies at all. Like, when people got to set things up in your life, manipulate you, run into you this way, run into you that way, like they know everything you do. They know everything you do. They know every place you go. So with that being said, you running into me at the grocery store is not a coincidence to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you knowing where I be at, where I live, having people monitor me around where I live, that's not a coincidence by you coming to my home and knocking on my door saying certain things. That's not a coincidence. You get what I'm saying? To me, I would think that, okay, these people are placing obstacles in my life. Because even when it comes down to my business and things, I'm not a part of any demonic group. You get what I'm saying? I'm not a part of any demonic group. I'm not in no demonically arranged marriage, because I overthrown those spiritual husbands. Because I declare and I decree that no spiritual husband has any type of control over me, my mind, body, soul, or my finances. I rebuke all that in the name of Jesus. Because like I said, I don't believe in spiritual spouses. Because these spiritual spouses, they will quote unquote be married to you spiritually, but in the physical world treat you like you never existed. That's why when it comes down to realism, if you do have a real friend, make sure you only have one friend. If you do have a real lover, make sure you only have one lover. Because therefore your love will be locked in. Like it's once you and your real lover connect, it'll be locked in. Those outside people cannot come in. Those outside people cannot destroy anything. Those outside enemies cannot have access to you, and they cannot enjoy your victories. Because, my love, that's what these enemies do. They create these false funerals. You get what I'm saying? They'll have a whole bunch of people attending a false funeral that never existed. Somebody never even died, and then they want you to go to this funeral. They want you to attend this funeral. They want you to fund a funeral. But a person never died though. But they want the inheritance off of it. They want the benefits off of it. They want the money off of it. That's why when it comes down to churches and friends and family, it is good to go to church with a friend. It is good to go to church with one of your family members. So therefore, y'all can get the same vibe. Y'all can pick the same vibe, or y'all can have different perspectives. You get what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, it's just like no demonic entities, no demonic attachments. If the job ain't paying, then I ain't staying. You get what I'm saying? Like, if the job ain't paying, why would I surrender to this man? Why would I bow down to this man? He don't pay me to bow down. He don't pay me to surrender. He don't pay me to be a guinea pig. He don't pay me to live no double life. He don't pay me well enough. He doesn't pay at all. All he does is he wants what he can get out of everybody. If he can manipulate you then guess what? He felt like he won something at the end of the day. If he was able to talk you out of your draws, then guess what? He was able to accomplish something that day. If he was able to get you off of your platform, if he was able to get you to move from where you're comfortable at, then guess what? He won something. Because he studied you, he watched you. So therefore now he can put somebody in your place because he feels like, on the way he thinks, on his low scale of thinking, he feels like he could get somebody to replace you. Knowing damn well God made everybody unique in this world for a reason. God made everybody different in this world for a reason. God put different marks on your body for a reason. Because God knows that's a faithful one. I marked you as faithful. I labeled you as faithful. I labeled you as committed. I labeled you as real. I labeled you as love. I labeled you as my heart. I labeled you as my life. I labeled you as somebody that I should renew, somebody that's always renewing me. You get what I'm saying? I labeled you as joyous. I labeled you as victory. I labeled you as heaven. You get what I'm saying? So when it come down to it, it's just like, label, what label do you feel like God has over your life? What label do you feel like is in your spirit? Because the thing is, when it come down to it, I feel like when it comes down to your relationship with God, that's a path that you start on your own. You're going to have people in the comments, these negative, evil entities, those low vibrational women, those content creators, those evil demonic souls and spirits. They will get into the comments and they will get on fake pages and they will say certain things because they're too cowardice to say it on their real page. They're too cowardice to say how they really feel. They're too cowardice to say, Kiara, I feel this way about you. They too cowardice to say, Kiara, they came together to destroy your business. They came together to destroy your business because they was intimidated by your business. They was intimidated by your intellect. They was intimidated by where your business was going to take you. And it dropped. They were too intimidated to tell you. That's why they won't tell you. That's why when it come down to you got people that are intimidated by you, my love, that's why you move forward. Press forward. Press forward to the mark of God. Press forward to the high calling of God. Press forward. I press forward. Because my thing is, I'm not going to let no entity, no group, or no body of people destroy my relationship with God. I'm not going to let no entity, no body of people, no lover of mine. I don't give a damn if it's my husband. I don't give a damn if my father, mother, sisters, auntie, uncle, kids, nephews, nieces. Nobody is going to interfere with my relationship with God. If I don't feel well here, if I don't feel the atmosphere of God here, because you should light my fire. And if you don't light my fire, then what you watering me down in? You watering me down because you're not lighting my fire. My fire can't really just sit in water. You get what I'm saying? These people are doing things based on their emotions. They're not doing things based on biblical standards, biblical correction. They're doing things based on how they feel about a person, a place, or a thing. And it's so wild because that's probably why my heart hasn't been, the way it's been. Because it's like God was telling me, take my emotions out of certain things. Take my emotions out of certain things. And when I take my emotions out, guess what? God renewed my spirit. God renewed my spirit. And when God places my heart back within me, then guess what? My heart will be there to stay. My heart is here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. Okay? Jesus Christ, he's the reason for the season. Jesus Christ is the reason for the season. That's why I said, if you are somebody and you love God and you love the strength that God gives you, you love the wisdom and the willpower that God gives you, you know God gives us authority? God gives us authority. I possess the gates of my enemies. My enemies cannot go anywhere. I possess the gates of them. Because they think they're controlling me, guess what? Guess what? While my enemies think they're controlling me, if I don't have no job, no money, no resources, guess what? They don't either. You get what I'm saying? And that's the authority in Christ that God has given me over my enemies. They want me to be without business success. They want me to be without love. Well, guess what? We all going to be without love. Now, if you do want to love, it ain't going to be your divine counterpart. If you do want a sexual connection or a sexual desire, you won't be fulfilled. Because guess what? I possess the gates of my enemies. God has given me authority and power over my enemies. So guess what? I know exactly what to do with that power. I know exactly what to do with that authority. Because guess what? If Key ain't eating, if Key ain't eating, my enemies ain't eating for real. You get what I'm saying? Because they done harvested so much without giving back to the person that they harvest from. They stole, they lied, and they manipulated. So guess what? Guess what? What all they can see, what all my enemies can see, they can only see hate. They can only see lies. They can only see manipulation. That's why they have to have a renewed spirit. But see, they're evil. They're evil, so they won't see their ways. They won't see that when it comes down to Jesus and when it comes down to God and when it comes down to who I am, I build my own relationship with God. No pastor helped me build my relationship. No minister helped me build my relationship. No husband of mine. No friend of mine. You get what I'm saying? No lover of mine helped me build my relationship with God. I really realized that I don't want to be no whore. I don't want to be no prostitute. I don't want to share my man with the rest of these females around here. To me, that is disgusting. I don't want to be in a relationship where I don't really love my man. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm not really happy. I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm not attracted to my man. Because soon, when you get in a relationship with somebody that you're not attracted to, after a while, it's like, I don't have no butterflies around you. You don't like my fire or anything like that. I'm talking about when it's a real love situation, it should be years on down the line. I'm talking about 8 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line. I still get butterflies when I see my man. I still get butterflies when he come through the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still get nervous around my husband, the man that I love. I still get nervous around him. And it's just like, you know, when it comes down to real love, that's how it should be years on. It shouldn't be, oh, you married a woman last week and then you cheated on her the next week after that. That's how you know your heart was never there. Your heart was never there in that relationship. Your heart was never there in that marriage. Because guess what? If I marry somebody, my love, guess what? Any other man is blank to me. I don't see no other man but mine. I don't want no other love but mine. You get what I'm saying? Because years on down the line, and when you get married to somebody, you should get into your marriage wanting to be faithful. You should get into your marriage wanting to be committed. Like, yes, this is my wife. I'm proud of my wife. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is my husband. I'm proud of my husband. Do you not know where he came from? Do you not know what he's been through? You get what I'm saying? Do you not know the struggles? How many times he could have died, should have died, but didn't die. That's somebody who I would stand for. That's somebody who I would live for. Dying for me? Putting your life on the line for me? Putting your career on the line for me? Do you not know my fire gonna light up every time I see my man? Every time I see him. Every time I see him, bitch, your mama better not be here. Your mama, your sister, nobody better not be here. Because it's going down, then it's going up, then it's going down, then it's going up, then it's going down, then it's going up. You get what I'm saying? Because when it comes down to me, how I really feel and how I really love, because people nowadays, they don't show you that they really love you. You got people that'll show you that they care by what? You know, by sending you a couple dollars here and there, or, you know, saying hey when they see you. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, it ain't no bad blood between me and Wutu. We just don't deal with each other. You get what I'm saying? Oh, it's no bad blood, it's no tension, because I don't care. I live my life. You get what I'm saying? There's no tension, no bad blood. But it's just, you know, hi, bye. It's a respect for each other, but it's not a, oh, I have to be in this person's face every single day, all day long. No. It's a hi and a bye. It's still respect. Oh, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? That's still respect. That's acknowledgement and respect. Sometimes when people do rub you the wrong way, you don't acknowledge people, and that's perfectly fine. You get what I'm saying? That's literally perfectly fine. I don't have to acknowledge people that done me wrong. I don't have to acknowledge people that rubbed me the wrong way. But just know you can still be my neighbor. You can still be the clerk at the gas station, and I'm still going to come and buy my coffee. I'm still going to buy my cigarette or buy my tobacco or whatever product that I want to buy. Whether it's candy, beer, whatever I want to buy, tissue, toilet paper, toothpaste. Whatever I want to buy, I'm still able to buy it. The only thing I have to do is what? I'm giving you my money. You finish the transaction, and then I'm gone out the door. And you won't see me for the rest of the day. For it to be constantly tension, then that's how I know your spirit isn't renewed. Your spirit isn't right. You get what I'm saying? Because literally, because I already know, like when it comes down to perspectives and things, everybody has their own perspective. Just say the gay men, right? They got their perspective on, oh, she was in the store, she was doing all that talking to you. But no, and me as a woman, because I know that was a man. So me as a woman, a man constantly harassing me every time I go in the store. Me as a woman, single woman by myself. And I feel like that gay man knew that. The gay man knew that, oh, this woman's by herself. So he's a gay man, and he's stronger, so he can overpower the woman. And then everybody around, he can put on that woman persona and get everybody around to be on his side. To say that something's wrong with me or something, that I'm the criminal. But I'm a small woman compared to that big, strong man. So when you think about it, who was really manipulating the people? Because me as a woman and a content creator, I got on the video just to cover myself, because it was already, you get what I'm saying, it was already tension going on. As soon as I walked through the door, I literally walked through the door just to get my coffee, and here this gay man is. He literally, if you pay attention to the video, he was out of jurisdiction, because he had a Ruth shirt on, and I showed you where Ruth was in the video. Ruth was in the back of the kitchen. He was supposed to be in the back, and you see the other lady that was in the front with the red shirt on. Like I said, shout out to her. But the lady in the front with the red shirt on, my love, she was telling him to chill out. And the reason why, because he was supposed to be back there frying them biscuits. He was supposed to be back there baking some bacon. He was not supposed to be up there talking to me at all. Now, he could have saw me in there making my coffee, because he saw me in there making my coffee once before and he didn't say anything. I got my coffee and I left. But like I said, when it comes down to people and they want you to be friends, they will literally try to make your life hard. They will try to make things so difficult for you to accomplish certain things. Just so they can be like, oh, well, I got a job. I can buy this and buy that whenever I want to. I can do this and this and that and the third whenever I want to. You get what I'm saying? But yet, y'all are the reason for my stagnation, though. Y'all are the reason in behind my business failed, or my YouTube being slowed down. Y'all are behind it. Y'all are the reason behind my failure. Y'all are the reason behind my fall. Now I can understand if I was running around here being reckless, being disrespectful, being ignorant. I can understand if that was me. I can understand if that was my energy. But that's not who I am. That is not who Kiara Clarice is. That's not who Kiara Clarice 1 is, and that's not who Kiara Clarice 2 is. That's not who 5-star readings is. 5-star readings is Kiara Clarice. 5-star readings is the notebook. 5-star readings is the church within. 5-star readings LLC don't have any ill will towards anyone. But all these people, they wanted to play in my energy and play in my face at the same time. That's why it's no new friends, no new lovers. I don't want any new friends, and I don't want any new lovers. As far as I'm concerned, I only want to be with the man that I want to be with. And that is only somebody that makes me feel secure. That is only somebody that makes me feel like I am protected. I don't want to be with I don't even want my man literally watching me where I live and all. Like, to me, that's too weird. That's too weird for a man to try to watch all those things about you, watch everywhere you go, and not say anything. But yet, you know these people are out to hurt me. You know these people are out to get me. You know these people are the reason behind my stagnation for my business and my own success that I'm building for myself. These people telling me, wait my turn. I don't have to wait no turn. My turn been here. You get what I'm saying? My turn been here. It's the fact of you people want me to be stagnant because you feel like, oh, you feel like I should date this man because he's connected to you. Fuck no and fuck you. These people feel like I should date somebody just because they're connected to that demonic ass man. No, I'm not connected to no demonic men and no demonic women. If my love cannot sit and us have conversations and us sit and talk and really get on the same page mentally with each other, then guess what? I don't want it. Because guess what? The Spirit is already in me. No matter how many times they try to take it away, the Spirit is never leaving me. And the reason why the Spirit is never leaving me is because the Spirit knows that I'm going to do what the Spirit knows that I'm going to make it do what it do. You understand what I'm saying? The Spirit knows that Key going to make it do what it motherfucking do. So with that being said, no matter what these people try to do, y'all can try to take all day long. But just know that the takers can get took. And 5-star Key, Kiara Clarice 1 and 2, which is me and me, because it's just me and me. I'm not connected to nobody else. Because that's why, even when I think about that song, when I'm with you, I can breathe. When I'm with you, I can see. Ain't no competition, it's just me and me. It was your world until you met me. You can feel me all in your body. Good energy. And the reason why I made that up and the reason why I said that was because when I think about this world, you literally got your right side and your wrong side. You got your lower self and your higher self. So if it wasn't for my lower self, I wouldn't have been able to meet my higher self. If it wasn't for my higher self, I wouldn't have been able to meet my lower self. Because in this world, I have never met a man that took me on a different level and kept me there. And it was real there. You get what I'm saying? I never met nobody that done that. I never met nobody real like that. I never met nobody loyal like that. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's just like, I am my own, like, pretty much we are our own saviors. Who do you believe in? Choose ye whom this day whom you will serve. Happiness is a state of mind. That's why I sing sometimes, because I'm happy, like literally. And when I turn around and I think about it, I'm like, man, these entities of these people have literally been trying to gain victory over me. They have been trying to gain access and victory over me for years. And what's wild is, I will never respect no man that tried to kill me. I will never respect no man or his family that tried to set me up or replace me. I won't respect no man that stalks me and watches me around town just to try to set me up. Like, when you turn around and you think about all that, that just shows how delusional the man is and the people that he has working with him. Because literally, if this woman ain't sleeping around with nobody, ain't bothering nobody, why are y'all still blocking every avenue where this woman can make money and survive in this world? But like I said, you got evil entities, you got evil people. But like I said, the wicked will fall. Because my heart ain't wicked. My heart ain't wicked, and I'm not wicked, and God knows that. God been knew that. Because certain things I couldn't see or recognize. That's why I felt like, when something happened, that's why I feel like God was like, how did that come out of there? How did that come out of there like that? Who did that? Because like I said, I could never be in trouble. I could never be in trouble with God because I mind my own business and I do my own thing. By them coming to destroy my business, them coming to discredit me or to make me feel a certain way, or even convince me that the love of my life hates me. But I'm going to be honest with you, I will never be convinced of that. Like, that might sound dumb, that might sound silly or stupid, but nobody can ever convince me that somebody that I love just hates me. Nobody can convince me of that. And the reason why is because the person that I love will be around. Because the person that I love don't want me to be around nobody else. You get what I'm saying? So my love would be around. My love would be paying bills, so making sure I'm safe, secure, mentally sane all the time. You get what I'm saying? Mentally sane, physically sane, emotionally sane. Because that be the problem. And that be the picture that they was trying to paint this whole entire time, that 5-Star Key, a.k.a. Kiara Clarice 1 and 2. 5-Star Readings, The Church Within, Brick by Brick, The Notebook. They was trying to say that 5-Star Key's crazy. But obviously, for them people to keep doing what they've been doing for years now, 3-4 years now, 5 years now, for them to keep doing what they've been doing, it just shows that they're really crazy. But anyway, have a good one, my love.